Today I'm going to show you how desire can actually help you achieve your goals. Coming up. Welcome to the Power of Quiet, helping you crush your goals more easily and more quickly. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe because unlike other channels that just dump a bunch of information on you, information that you can't use, what we do here is different. This is an experiential process that you get to follow along and see the results firsthand, real world results that you get to prove very, very quickly. Now, when it comes to achieving your goals, and if you've ever heard any motivational talks about achieving goals, I'm sure you've heard this before, that you must want your goals. And if you don't want it, like really, really want it, then you're not going to get it. And if you aren't getting your goals, it just means that you're not wanting it enough. And for years, I've been pointing out the fallacy of this statement because want sends you in the opposite direction. Want creates lack because want in itself is a lacking feeling. It's a feeling of neediness. And it's a sense that I need this goal, I need this thing, or I need this experience in order to be happy. And until that thing happens, until I get that goal, I'm miserable, I'm lonely, I'm deprived. So I gotta have it to fill up this void that I'm feeling inside. Now, here's a problem when we come from this approach. We're coming from a victimhood, a place of negativity. Like, I'm miserable until this thing will make me happy. But how are we going to achieve a goal, achieve something positive by being negative and holding something negative in mind in the meantime? That's why this wanting keeps us stuck. And I'll give a real world example of how we see this. We see this all the time. Now, recently I just started catching up on the latest season of MasterChef. And I was watching the first couple episodes where you have the contestants all competing to earn an apron to compete on the show moving forward. And you see certain contestants come from this point of view, like, I need this. Oh, I need it so much. My whole life is depending on me winning this show. I need it. I need it. And they might have a very compelling story, and your heart might open up for them, and you might be rooting them on. But in the back of your mind, you're looking at that person, you're saying, oh, well, I'm rooting for you, but I know you're not going to win. You don't really have what it takes to win. Because we can feel that. They're coming from this needy, low energy. So, having said that, having pointed out that want works against you, there can be an argument otherwise. Because the argument against that comes up is, well, I have a goal. And I really want this goal, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this goal. And you see, like in MasterChef, contestants that are coming from this point of view, saying, yeah, I want it. But they're not coming from a neediness. You feel that they're more courageous, they're more determined. And their attitude is, I'm not going to let anything stop me. Now, when they say, yeah, I want this goal, even though they're using the word want, it's kind of playing with semantics because there's only so many words that we can use. So they're using the word want, but really what they're saying is, I decide. I'm having this goal. Whatever it takes, I'm not going to let anything stop me. Now, that is a want. It's not the exact same want as that neediness that I just pointed out, but it is a want, and it is a want that we can actually leverage to use for us to get our goals. And I'll explain exactly why in just a second. But first, talking about goals. If you have a goal to lose weight, to heal a body problem, something that's going on in your body, then check out my new 6-week course that's coming up called The Perfect Body. I'll put a link to it right up here. It's going to show you how what you're holding in mind has a powerful influence on what's going on in your body. And in the 6-week course, I'm going to show you how to clean up your thinking and hold the right thing in mind so you can dramatically improve the quality of your life. So check out the link, check out the Perfect Body course. It's starting soon. Now, the reason why you want to look at wanting in a new way and how it can actually help you achieve your goals, it's because over the years, time and time again, when I check in with people that practice what we do here and I say, yeah, how's it going? How's your releasing going? And the response I usually get is, yeah, it's going good. I'm feeling okay. It's nice. Well, how are your goals? Are you getting any big gains? Is your life improving? Are you growing? Yeah, a little bit, but not too much. And then I ask, well, are you working on your goals? And then the response is, what goals? What goals? So 9.9 times out of 10, when people aren't getting their goals by releasing, it's because they're not even working on their goal charts. They're just not doing it at all. They have no motivation to do it. And that's where this decision that this goal is important enough for me to focus in, take an attitude that I'll do whatever it takes to get it. Now, what this is a powerful little mental hack that we can do because we're using the desire that's in the mind. And if you haven't noticed, the mind is loaded with desire. In fact, all that noise that goes on in the mind, all that thinking is about how do I get this? How do I get that? Or what about that? Oh, I need that. And it's just always thinking about how to get the things that you don't have. That's what all those thoughts are. And if you want proof about that, just think about it like a time in your life when you're in a relationship with somebody, someone that you really wanted to be in a relationship with, and then they told you, I don't want to be with you anymore. Then what happens for the next few weeks or months or even longer? Your mind is just going crazy. How do I get this person back? What do I need to do? Maybe I need to change this. Or what did I do wrong? Well, what if I could change this? And it's just thinking. So that's all the mind is. It's a wanting machine. And all those thoughts are all having to do with want. So this mind is something that we have to deal with. It's something we've lived with. And it's a wanting machine that has a lot of momentum to it. And this is a thing that we need to quiet in order to bring our real happiness out and exercise our true power to decide and create the things without the wanting. So what we do here is we knock out the wanting. And we can do it by just taking it head on, seeing that want, deciding to let it go. And in a moment, I'll show you how to do that. But we can also, in a way, use this little mental hack to use all that momentum of wanting in the mind back upon itself. In other words, it's like fighting fire with fire. And this is something that isn't new. Lester Levinson put this into step 1 of the very first step that we must take to go free. And that first step is, I must want freedom more than I want anything else in the world. And those of you who are in the courses, practicing this method, you know what I'm talking about here. And sometimes the question comes up, well, wait, we're supposed to get rid of wanting. Why is Lester saying that, well, you must want freedom more than anything else? Well, he's talking about exactly this. Using that momentum of wanting to undo itself. And the way he puts it is we have all these little desires all over the place. I want this. I want a better income. I want a better relationship. I want better health. I want this. I want that. So we have all of these wants scattered everywhere. And what he's talking about is converting all of these desires into one desire for freedom, for imperturbability, and using that one desire to knock out all those other little ones. And then once they're all knocked out, you don't need the desire for imperturbability, for freedom. You're pretty much already there. You just drop it, you step through that threshold, and you're what people call realized. So Lester recognized this. He built it into the method. And this is something that we can apply to our goals. So how does this work? Well, basically, it's not saying that I want this goal more than anything else in the world. That wouldn't be quite right. Especially if you were to say, well, I want it more than, like, say it's a goal to have $1 million. Well, I want this more than I want a good relationship with my family, more than I want to take care of my children. It wouldn't be quite right. So it's not quite like that. But here's how we can look at it and use it very effectively. So say you have a goal, whether it's a money goal, having $1 million, or a health goal, losing 20 pounds or more to get back into a fit weight, or fix, a problem with my knee so I can do the things I want to do in my life. So you have a goal. And you write down your goal, you work on your goal chart, but just like any goal or project that you have, you might start off with a lot of momentum, but that momentum quickly fades when other habits take over. Habits like procrastinating or wanting to do something fun instead. Boy, this goal, it's a lot of work to get it completed. It takes time. And I feel like I'm having to sacrifice. I'd rather just watch MasterChef, or I'd rather just do something else. And so our other little desires to satisfy ourselves or get a little bit of pleasure, satisfaction in the moment, take priority over our big long-term goal. And our habits that just keep coming up and sabotaging ourselves, like procrastination or escaping. We have like little escape strategies. We don't like how we feel, so we do use social media, for example, as a big escape. So these habits that we have, unconstructive habits, take over and they derail us from our purpose, our goal. But if we just make a determination, a decision, and here's how it can sound, that can be very positive and constructive. I want this goal more than holding on to anything that's holding me back from having it, which includes the desire, the lacking feeling that we're going to let go of in just a moment. Here, I'm going to show you how to do that, as well as all of these bad habits, all these other little petty things that get in the way, so that we can prioritize it, be determined, be courageous, and decide whatever it takes. I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm going to work on this goal every single day until I get it, until I knock out every obstacle that's in the way. So in other words, again, what we do is just a simple decision. I want this goal more than I want to hold on to any obstacle, any habit that is in the way. And I'm determined to work on this See it all the way through until this goal is completed. Now think about a goal that you have. And take a look at this attitude. Just state for yourself, I want this goal more than any escape, bad habit, or any obstacle. Well, whatever it takes, I'm going to bust through those obstacles. I'm going to let them all go so I can have my goal. And notice how that feels when you make that decision. Doesn't that feel more courageous and more empowering? And this is now using your determination, using your desire to see this goal all the way through. But it's not a lacking desire so much. It's a determination. And it's using all that momentum of wanting that goes on in the mind to say, okay, let's focus on this. Let's convert all these other little habits and things into a focused determination to get this goal, to see it all the way through. All right? So try it out. See if this works for you. Now, if this doesn't make sense, if you have any questions about this, if you have any thoughts or, anything that comes up, leave me in a comment below and I'll do my best to answer your questions. We can work it out, and if we need more clarification, I could do another video on it. All right? All right, so now let's get back to the original point. The biggest obstacle that's in the way for us achieving our goals is desire, wanting. Because the nature of desire itself, it's a state of lack. And the mind is a creative instrument. It is. What we hold in mind is what we get. The problem is we're holding in mind things that we don't intend to hold in mind. When oftentimes we don't even realize that. A lot of what we hold in mind is not conscious. But if we're really not getting our goals, it's because we're picturing not having them. And that is exactly what we're picturing when we're wanting something. You see, the mind deals in pictures. Like if I say, don't fall down, what do you get a picture of? Falling down, right? And you see, the mind, it doesn't process the words not or don't. I said, don't think of falling down. But even though I said don't, it just went right to that picture. Now, in just the same way, when you're wanting something, like think about something that you want in your life right now, whether it's more money, a better house, a better relationship, or better health. Notice what you're picturing in mind. When you're wanting that, what is your picture? It's not a picture of having. It's a picture, I don't have it yet. It's somewhere out there. And I need to find out how to get it. I need to figure that out, right? So what you're walking around with, holding in mind when you're wanting something is a picture, I don't have it. And because the mind is a creative instrument, that's what you get. And that is why fundamentally we need to knock out all of our wanting, all of our sense of lacking, so that what shows up is a natural, intuitive sense of, yeah, I can have. And it's so strong that nobody can convince you otherwise. You know, and you know that you know. So think about a goal. Think about something that you want in your life right now. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, that goal that you want is more money. Now, when you think about wanting it, that's an experience of lack. I don't have it. It's not here right now. Right? And you might even feel a needy, lacking feeling. Like I need it. I need it to pay off some bills, to clear some debt, or, make my life better. And that's something that's really important. But there's like a feeling, like a lacking, needy feeling. And that is synonymous with the want for it. Now feel that want, just feel it. And you may notice that you've been feeling this want, this burning desire, this neediness for it for a long, long time. And over all this time, that burning desire, that need for it itself isn't helping you to get it. In fact, it's keeping you in a stuck place. And it doesn't feel so good, right? It's like this negative, needy, lacking feeling. It's a feeling of suffering, right? And that's why we think that, well, if I get that money, it's going to heal that suffering. It's going to just take care of all of it. I won't have to feel that suffering again. And that money is what's going to do it. See, that's the fallacy. And that's where we go down the track of, trying to achieve a positive result while we are coming from a negative position. Now notice this. The want for that money, or that goal, whatever your goal is, the want for it is your decision. That's a decision that you concocted up in your mind that says, having this goal is going to fix how I feel. So it's your decision to want. And just the same way, by making a decision, you can let that want go. And I'll show you that by letting that want go, you'll move from a place of lacking, of neediness, to a place of confidence and having. All right, so check this out. If it's your decision now that you want this goal, like you want this money, and that want isn't getting it for you, now could you just decide to let go of the wanting? It's just a decision, yes or no. And could you let go of wanting it a little bit more? And could you let go of wanting it a little bit more? Yes or no? And could you let go of wanting it even more? And look, you've got nothing to lose. If you think about this goal and how long you've been wanting it, chances are you've been wanting it for a long time, maybe even years. And after years of wanting it, if wanting it would have gotten it for you, you would have had it already. So even though your mind might be telling you, wait, no, don't go there. If you don't want it, then you'll just sit around, not be motivated. You won't have it. You need to want it. And see, that's what your mind tries to convince you of. You got to want it. But never mind what your mind says. Prove it for yourself right now. Could you let go of wanting it a little bit more? And could you let go of wanting it even more? And could you let go of wanting it even more? And could you let go of wanting it even more? And remember, it's just a decision, yes or no. And could you let go of wanting that goal even more? And even more. And even more. And could you let go of wanting it even more? And even more. And even more. Now notice how you feel. First of all, just notice if you feel a little bit lighter. Like a little bit more lighter, more open, more spacious. And see if you feel a little bit happier right now than you did just a few moments ago. Just by letting that wanting go. And this proves that the wanting itself is suffering. And by letting go of the wanting, you're letting go of the suffering. You're letting go of that lacking, needy feeling. And you didn't need the money to do that. You did it. And this puts you into power right now. And this puts you in a positive mindset to actually have your goal. Because instead of coming from the position of, I'm going to be negative and needy until that thing makes me happy. See, what you're proving to yourself is, I can be happy right now, and I don't need that thing in order to be happy. I have it. And now, from this place, I am coming from a place of having, of happiness. It's a more positive place. And this is the law of attraction. This is the law of the universe, that positive attracts positive and negative attracts negative. See, when you're wanting, you're negative, you attract negative. That's why you don't get your goal. You're stuck. But when you let it go, you're more positive, you feel like you have. That's where your goal just falls right into your lap by releasing only, just by letting go. So could you let go of wanting that goal even more? Because it's a smart thing to do. And could you let go of wanting that goal even more? And even more. And even more. And even more. Yes or no? Could you let go of wanting it even more? And even more. And even more. And how do you feel now? Does it feel even lighter? So the more you dig out the wanting, you just let it go. And it's just a decision, yes or no. Notice how easy that is. You get lighter and lighter and lighter, more positive, more happier. And that's what attracts your goal to just come towards you. That's the law of attraction. Easy. And now here's the thing. See, talking about the semantics of wanting and how you can use wanting to move forward, to stay on track and see your goal all the way through is, you see, you know how you feel a little bit lighter now? Most of the time, our main motivation is to get rid of pain. And that's why we settle often for like the momentary pleasure for something, because we just want a quick fix, a quick satisfaction so we can avoid that painful, lacking feeling that we're usually walking around with every day. So when we do release and we get a little bit happier, working towards our goal, and we get a little bit lighter, more positive, so we're not suffering so much, probably like you're feeling a little bit more right now, just from a little bit of releasing here, that when that suffering isn't so strong, then the motivation isn't so strong. And then we forget about the goal. Then a week or two later, I come and I ask, how's your goal going? You're going, oh, wait, what goal? Oh, yeah, duh. So to stay on track, you got to just decide, you know what? This goal is something that is important to me. It's important enough that I want it more than my petty little escapes or habits throughout the day. All the little time wasters that I do, all the little seeking for pleasure, momentary pleasure, instead of just setting all that stuff aside, putting all my energy into that nonsense and focusing it towards what I really want, to have this big goal. Right? So if you decide, I want this goal more than I want to hold on to all my petty little habits, then you see you can strengthen yourself. You can strengthen your determination. So you can continue working on it and you're going to see it all the way through. Just like the people that you see that achieve it, achieve it the hard way by working at it, pushing themselves through it. And sure, they might put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but they get it done because they're determined. Now you can do it much easier because you have this tool of releasing. so you can knock the garbage out of your mind. All that wanting, all the negativity. Allow your goal to just fall into your lap quickly, effortlessly. But you got to release to do it. You got to have that same whatever it takes determination. So see if this feels more real and realistic to you now, to have this determination, to use it, to motivate yourself, to continue digging, not just, dig enough so you don't, feel a little bit better, end your suffering just for a little while, but you stay with it until you materialize your goal. Let me know, again, what you think about this in the comments below, if this is helpful to you. And again, if you really want to get good at this stuff, and what it takes to get really good at this stuff is practice. This releasing is a skill, and everything that we show you on this channel is a tool. It's a skill. And the more you practice it, the better you get at it, the easier it gets, the more effective you get. And the best way to get really good at this stuff is to show up at a live class. So I'll put a link here. You can check out the next classes coming up. It's about working on your health, achieving all your health, your weight loss, your fitness goals. It's called The Perfect Body. So check out the link, keep releasing, and I'll see you on the next video.